Welcome to the channel, Gorilla Gang. Today we're going to be discussing 10 things that you need going into 2024. Roll that intro.
Psh, this is the intro now because everything that I keep putting in this gets copyright struck. I'm so sick of audio. It's so annoying. I need a new audio guy. If you have audio experience, hit me up because this is getting really annoying. Now back to the video. Woo!
Okay, so right off the bat, I don't want to waste your time. I'm not here to fiddle around with, hey, this is something that you might need, or hey, this is something that I think that you need that's, thousands of dollars, or hey, look at this product that I'm selling. I'm not trying to waste you guys' time. Here is the brass tacks of 10 products that I legitimately think that you guys are going to benefit in 2024. Let's get into it. Right off the bat, first thing, not wasting any time, you are going to need your M107 Barrett 50 cal. No, I'm just kidding. No joke. First product on the lineup is going to be your water bottle with filter. Not only that, but you need your backup filters just in case. On average, I swap this out about every 6 months, depending on how much I'm training. But no matter what brand you choose, no matter what, like fancy new water filter that just came off the market and it's X amount of bajillions of dollars or whatever, you need some sort of water filtration. I don't care how you're doing it. I don't care what way. I mean, if you want to put iodine tablets in every single thing that you drink, that's fine. Here's the simple fact. Your government, the people in charge, people that are in charge of health are fucking poisoning you. They are going out of their way. They are purposely adding shit to your drinking water that is illegal in other fucking countries, that is illegal in other parts of the world. Your government is actively fucking poisoning you. Filter your water. And this is like bottom of the bucket. This is what I take with me to the gym. I refuse to drink any water from any other source that is not my well water. The majority of the time I'm bringing water with me and I'm not drinking other sources of water because I don't trust it because of what has been proven to be added to the water supply. Not only that, but it has been proven that tap water is one of the most unhealthy things that you could drink. It would be healthier to go drink out of your local river than it is to drink tap water. Have you seen photos of the pipes from your source of water, from tap water that you are willingly drinking? The photos of those pipes is absolutely disgusting. Stop drinking water that you have not filtered. Once again, this is, and I mean, this is the minimum. This is the step one. You are crawling. That is not going to filter everything, not by any means, but you need to have at least something, anything, at least filter out a little bit.
What's going on, guys? So we just passed a puddle and I kind of wanted a proof of concept. I was a little thirsty as well. So the Life Straw water bottle. I think these are actually unbelievably underrated. I know a lot of guys are going to say, oh, that doesn't protect against all contaminants, but it protects against a lot. So brown water. Clear water. Pretty fucking cool. I don't know about you, but I'm sold.
Okay, that is number one. Number two is going to be a spare bolt carrier group for your AR-15. Not only do you need a spare bolt carrier group, but you also need spare parts in general. If you have one singular AR, if you are a baller on a budget and you're rocking with one AR, spare bolt carrier group, spare parts, you need a spare lower parts kit, you need a spare bolt carrier group, you need to have spare parts for your weapon platform. No more of this stupid meme of, oh, I found one singular spare bolt, I'm gonna build another gun. No. Every single firearm that you own needs to have a parts kit that is assigned to it.
Howdily doodly, editor version of me here. So I'm letting you guys know that I do not mean that you can't have more guns. What I'm trying to articulate and failing to do here is you just need to cover the basics before you buy more guns. And that is all. Okay, back to the video.
Assigned to it, and you need at least 1,000 rounds of ammunition that is assigned to that firearm. This is, once again, the minimum, guys. We're talking the basics of being prepared. Now, sure, you might hit me with, oh, but Gorilla Man, I don't have a lot of money. I'm struggling here. I am really having a hard time going into 2024 financing and balancing my budget. Okay, cool. I understand that completely. I get that. I feel for you. But if you're struggling for money, if you're struggling with finances, why the fuck are you building out another gun? Why the fuck do you not have 1,000 rounds for that gun instead of buying another gun, instead of getting another fast food, instead of getting another energy drink? There are so many things in your life that you could have a little bit more money and be a little bit more prepared, but the vast majority of you aren't doing that. You're complaining, and then you're trying to cope and make excuses of why you don't have more money. You need to start taking things out of your daily spending and start saving that so you can get the things that you need. If you do not have a spare bolt carrier group, if you are wrong, if you do not know how to disassemble, reassemble, and then properly install your bolt carrier group, you are wrong. If you do not know how to disassemble and reassemble your standard weapon platforms, so this is your AR-15, your AK-47, your Glock 19, whatever other gun that you decide to use because you're wrong, you need to know the insides and outs of your gun. If you do not know the minimum basics of your firearm, can you really call yourself prepared? I don't think so. All right, so next is going to be number 3. So we have our tourniquet. If you guys were not aware, if you guys were not tracking, there is some statistic out there somewhere of the exact numbers. I'm no fucking biologist. I don't know numbers. But it has been said that there is a number that is a significantly higher chance of you using this instead of this. So you should have the absolute basics. And once again, this is minimum. If you do not have at least some kind of med kit on you when you are out and about in the real world, when you're going into the city, when you are, going off into life outside of the realm of your home. Because if you guys were not tracking, if you guys were not aware, the chance of you living drastically decreases the second that you leave your home, and you guys need to be a little bit more prepared. Keep a tourniquet on you, keep a med kit in your car. I would also go as far to say maybe keep a small backpack on you wherever you're going. Keep a small med kit in there as well, because you're statistically significantly higher chance of using that. Buy medical supplies, get medical training. If you guys don't, you're absolutely fucking wrong. All right, let's go into 4. So I don't know about you guys, but I cannot see at night. I don't have some like crazy cat vision, and night vision's expensive. And that being said, I'm not gonna carry night vision on me on the day-to-day. I'm just not gonna do it. That doesn't make any sense. That's kind of stupid. So, white light, red light. This is the Princeton Tech Remix. This is the version that runs the AAAs. I highly recommend this, and then on top of that, you need to be keeping spare batteries on you as well. I'm not saying that you should EDC spare batteries, but have them near you, have them in a backpack, have them in a vehicle, have them at home, what have you. Spare batteries are great. This is so far my favorite flashlight. I love how easily I can actually see with red light because it has enough throw in the red light. Not only that, but when you turn this on, the first option is, oh wow, look at that red light. Then you can get brighter red light, and then you hold it, and that's how you get your white light. So this is going to significantly cut down on your white light negligent discharges. If you guys are new to this space, if you guys are new to training, red light is what we recommend at night. Red light is pretty much all that we use. White light is almost non-existent unless you are actively being shot at, or you are at your own home and it is administrative use, or if you are on the range, you're verifying that your weapon is clear, you're verifying malfunctions, what have you. White light should be used purposefully and diligently. Vast majority of the time though, we're using that red light, and I highly recommend training more with red light, getting used to using red light, because it could save your ass. Who knows? But that is enough of that. Once again, highly recommend this. I know that the price tag is a little bit higher than some of the other white light headlamps on the market, but I still really recommend that one. I've had the best success with it. Okay, so number 5, we are going to go into a multi-tool. So I don't care what brand you go with, I don't care what type, I don't care what variant. This is the AR-15 version of the Gerber multi-tool. It has the front sight adjustment on it. You know, some people might see that as unnecessary. That's fine. This was a gift from Uncle Sam, so I didn't fucking pay for it. But I always have a multi-tool either with me or somewhere around me. I even go so far as keeping a multi-tool in my everyday carry satchel.
Get a lot of compliments on this. Plus, it's not a man purse, it's called a satchel.
That I usually take to the gym with me. I have a smaller one just because I really like having a multi-tool on me. You know, these mitts are not as strong as this. Especially for tinkering. God, I can't even begin to explain how many times I've used a multi-tool and how much a multi-tool has really come in clutch. The amount of, yeah, no, just a lot. Wow, a lot. All right, so let's go into number 6. Okay, so the next one is going to be something that you guys have probably heard me preach a time or two about, and that is going to be maps. The map.
Hey, what's my name? I'm the map.
Get what you fucking deserve!
So as I live in Washington, I have an atlas for Washington because the vast majority of the time I'm not going anywhere else. Now I do have another atlas for the continental United States, but this is the atlas that I keep in my vehicle with me because what happens when the power goes out? What happens when this evil box stops working? Now, in the last month, we have had these cell phone towers go down twice in my area of operations. So by area of operations, I just mean the town that I'm living in. We have had the cell phone towers go down twice, and I've had my Wi-Fi go down as well. And that essentially throws me back into the dark ages. Stand by. Oh God. Okay. So you don't have a photographic memory that's just absolutely fucking just rock solid and you can remember every single place that you've ever been. If your cell phone goes down, you're probably fucked. I'm just gonna be honest with you. If you do not have maps of your area operations and you don't know where you are, or maybe you're a little bit farther from home, or maybe the normal route that you take home is now blocked and you don't know how to get home because, oh, look at that, you're not prepared and you are so reliant on your evil box, you're so reliant on your GPS that you're far away from home, or hell, maybe even you're close to home and the routes that you normally take to home are blocked, you get turned around, you don't know where you are, you don't know what street number this is, etc., etc., etc. You need to have some kind of map on you, and Atlas is, once again, what have I been saying this whole time? The minimum. An Atlas is the minimum. Now, if you want to go really far, if you want to go fancy, then I would recommend, oh my God, where did I put it? Oh God, everybody's gonna think I'm a fucking nerd, oh shit. Land navigational books. So you guys should know Land Nav. If you guys were not tracking, I sell land navigation starter kits that is going to help you elevate off into understanding, learning, and training land navigation. I also have land navigation videos up on my YouTube channel. Go hit up one of those if you're interested in learning more about land navigation. Not only that, but as of time of recording, it is currently the 29th of December, 2023. I do have 2 land navigation events coming up in 2024, one in the first quarter and then one in the second quarter, if I remember correctly. Don't quote me, but land navigation is huge. You guys should understand land navigation. You should understand and know how to operate and how to navigate in your own area of operations or wherever you're going. You guys should be looking up maps. You guys should be looking up the area. You guys should have some sort of backup for if you're going on a road trip, if you're going somewhere, you guys should know where you're going, how to get there, and alternative routes. I know this, oh man, this is so much more difficult than my TikTok Zoomer brain can handle. Okay, cool. If you want to be prepared, if you're trying to LARP as a prepared person, this is the minimum. This right here, this one single piece of maps, this right here is the minimum. You should have an atlas of the state that you're currently living in. If you don't want to learn land navigation, that's fine. If you don't want to take the time, if you don't want to, actually sit down and learn it, if you don't want to understand, if you don't want to go train it, that's fine. At a minimum, at least buy one of these, keep it in your vehicle, know how to get from point A to point B. Gah! Okay, so number 7. Okay, so the next thing I'm going to say, and this might be a little bit partly for your vehicle, partly for home. I would say for your vehicle, at least have a mobile battery charger on you. So this isn't just for shit hits the fan. This isn't just for the apocalypse. This is for your car died, your cell phone battery died, you got lost, something happened, you're out in the woods, you are lost as shit, your phone's dying, you can't get a signal, oh, you finally get a signal, and then your phone dies. If you guys were not aware, that is actually a pretty common occurrence with people that get lost and die out in the mountains. It's usually that they're over relying on their cell phone and their phone dies and they're constantly checking their phone. If you guys didn't know this, your cell phone actually uses and drains significantly more battery when it's searching for signal. That is why usually when I go out in the mountains, as soon as I'm out there and it's spotty service, I just put it onto airplane mode because then my phone is not searching for signal the entire time and it's not draining the battery. So not only do you want to have some sort of battery pack with you, you want to have a battery pack and then the spare cables for it as well. So I'll usually keep for this, I'll keep a Type-C cable, I'll keep a iPhone cable, and then I'll keep the old Android cable as well. It's not bad to have them on you, even if you're not using them. But I would say as a minimum have that. I usually like to go for Anchor for the smaller battery packs. I've had the best success with these. I have 4 of these now. Highly recommend them. So far they're working. I don't know. Oh, I'm sorry guys, I don't know what variant this is. Power Core Slim 10,000. Hopefully that helps you guys get there. I've just been buying the same one off of Amazon. I know, Amazon. But I've been buying the same one so I can just go in my, history and add to cart or buy again or whatever. Okay, so for at home, what I'm currently using is this old big boy. So this is the Cat power bank. This thing is, and I'm just gonna be real with you, this thing is a tank, especially for keeping in your vehicle. What's also really cool is that it's fairly light for how big it is. So you have a air compressor in here, and then you also have a full attachment for jumper cables. This came with jumper cables. Those are in that vehicle. But what's also really cool about this is you actually have a full power outlet. So if you really wanted to, go out in the mountains and watch your copy of Shrek, you could plug in a portable DVD player, and then you could plug in a projector. A little pricey for what it is, but if you save up, you hit up Costco, or maybe you have a friend that has a Costco membership. That's how I got mine, and so far this thing's been awesome, guys. It really has. And I've only been dinking around with this for a couple weeks now, so I can't sign off on it on the long run. I've been using these for years, but I would say have some sort of power bank, have something that you could run, and then also I have solar panels as well that I can trickle charge this. I'm not going to get into the solar panel rant. That is a long conversation. If you are going to do solar panels and you're going to be, charging a larger power bank or maybe a solar generator or something like that, make sure that you do your research. Solar is a conversation. That is a whole video. I'm not getting into that right now, but have some sort of backup for your electronics. And if you want to go really fancy, recommend a Faraday cage as well. I have a few Faraday cages with these set up in them, and then I have a couple Game Boys, some old iPod Touches with movies and music and all that jazz. And the concept is that the power goes out, shit hits the fan, completely off the grid. Well, now using this and a couple of solar panels, I can charge this maybe once a week. I don't get too much sun here in Washington State, but I can charge this, and maybe a couple times a week we can watch a movie. I think a lot of people, when it comes to prepping, they're not thinking about morale, and they're not thinking about longevity. They're not thinking about how comfortable and addicted to movies and music we have become. I'll admit this myself, I'm wearing a Shrek shirt. Obviously, I really like Shrek, and I like movies, and I like video games. I'm obsessed with music. I don't know what I would do without music. So I've made preparations where hopefully, if the power is to go out, I have music. Okay, so we're going into topic number 7, 8, 9. No, it's topic number 8. So, topic number 8. That is going to be a checkbook and then precious metals. Obviously, for security reasons, I'm not going to hold up my checkbook too long, but I would highly recommend having a checkbook, keeping cash, keeping gold and silver, and if you want to go fancy, and I do count this in the category of precious materials. I would say alcohol, tobacco. So you want cigarettes and chew. Cigarettes and chew are going to be your main two that you want to prep. This is going to be the most beneficial if you do not smoke or drink, or you are very, very light on smoking and drinking. So the concept here is that society is more than likely going to keep running if there is some sort of catastrophic, oh no, end of the world, we're all borked, we're so Shrek'd, it's so ogre. You want to have something that you can still trade with. You want to think the bees. So bullets, beans, bandages, pussy. You guys want to really take in consideration the bees, right? You want to have something that you can trade with. Now, for the beginning of some sort of collapse, right, checks are probably still going to work. Cash is probably still going to work. So let's say once again that, this goes down. This is no longer a thing. Well, you guys want to have something backup to trade with, right? So first is going, like, your first category, right, is going to be your checks and your cash. And then your next category is going to be for, you know, comfort items, all right? So your comfort items are going to be your tobacco, your nicotine, your chocolates, you know, stuff that, you know, is nice to have, you know, baby wipes, other things like that. That's going to be your category 2. Your category 3 is going to be mission critical essential items. And for some people, those mission critical essential items are going to be things like food, non-perishables, things like ammunition. You're also going to have things like, once again, tobacco and alcohol, because some people, right, they need that. What's blinking? 0 minutes? What's 0 minutes mean? Pause. So you guys, you know, you want to have those categories. Now, once again, if you are a baller on a budget, if you can't afford these things, right, do what you can. Do what makes sense for you when it comes to prepping. Okay, so number 9 is, number 9. Number 9, I'm going to put as, and once again, this isn't by no means a list of importance by numbers, but number 9 is going to be your reading material. Now, this is just a couple of books that I grabbed, you know, off the shelf of, you know, some important books that I'd like to have on me. Special Forces Handbook, not a bad one to have. We have our, you know, end of the world type, oh no, George Orwell, 1984, Fahrenheit 451, Brave New World. So that's going to be more of my, like, harassment architecture. This is a wild read. So you want to have your you know, your kind of enjoyment reads, right? And then I have every single Halo book that's, you know, ever been written as well. And you want some of your manuals. So you have your land navigation, you have your reconnaissance and surveillance, and then bushcraft 101. Once again, this is just a couple of books. By no means this is like the books that you need, but I would say that you want to have physical copies of books. Now, Kindles aren't a bad option if you want to go the Kindle route. I'm not dogging on it, but I like physical books. Okay, so the last item on the list, number 10, which technically speaking I already mentioned, but it's going to be butt wipes. So I would say, and you want to go for the fragrance-free flushable wipes. Now, I don't recommend flushing them by any means. I would not recommend flushing wipes. Please don't flush wipes. But you want to think about, you know, like hygiene post shit hits the fan, right? You want to think about, how are you wiping your ass? You know, does it make more sense to have, you know, thousands of rolls of toilet paper, or, you know, a couple of packs of wipes? So each one of these has 48 wipes. I don't know how many times a day that you're taking a poop, but this is significantly easier and much easier to store and much easier to use than traditional toilet paper. And I can say from personal experience of living in the field for months at a time, that you can absolutely, if you're a male, you can sustain yourself and you can keep yourself clean with just baby wipes. Now, if you could not tell, these are dude wipes. I personally really enjoy dude wipes. I'm not saying that, you know, they're the one. I'm not sponsored by them, but, you know, that'd be cool if I was. I really like dude wipes, 6 packs equaling to 288. So, you know, if you're doing about, you know, a wipe a day, hell, you could sustain for a while, even if you did, you know, a wipe every other day, which isn't necessarily fun. I'm just saying you could do it. Put this on a subscription, so I get this pack sent to me once every 3 months. So, you know, and that does start to add up. So I keep baby wipes and I keep batteries on a subscription. Every 3 months, I'm just getting a whole new shipment of all of the batteries that I run for all of my optics, for all of my flashlights, for pretty much for everything. Try to standardize it as much as I possibly can, make it make as much sense. Have as many things using the same batteries, but sometimes that doesn't work. And that's another reason that I primarily use a Surefire Streamline. If you are a company and you're making proprietary batteries for your optic, for your flashlight, for your fancy gizmo, whatever, I would like you to know that I'm never going to use your product. If you are choosing to go out of your way to make a proprietary battery, I will never use your product, and I don't care. Because I standardize my batteries when I'm out in the field, when I'm out in the mountains, when I'm training, shit hits the fan, what have you. I want to keep as few types of batteries on me as possible. So if you have an optic and you decided to go with some cool fancy proprietary battery and oh, it gives you X amount more of lumens or whatever, I don't care. Because a lot of the times with that extra, they're also, you know, oh, you have to buy our proprietary charger. And then you have to buy backup batteries for that. And each battery is like $80. And it's just like, no. No, I'm using AAAs, AA's, and CR123s. If you are making a flashlight, if you're making a night vision device, and it doesn't use one of those three, I do not care. I will not be using your product. Because of, you know, specifically trying to make it make sense with prepping, and I don't want a bajillion types of batteries. This kind of comes back down to the early 2000s when all these different companies were making different types of cell phones, and you had like a million different types of cell phone chargers, and you're always trying to find that one charger for the new phone that you got. I don't want to play that game with batteries. Especially I don't want to play that game with batteries if the power goes out, shit hits the fan, and I'm trying to find my one proprietary battery for my one. I just don't want to play that game. Now I might be going a little autistic about it, and you know, spurging about the what ifs, and that's fine with me. I'm acknowledging it. But as far as you know, just 10 things that I recommend for 2024. You know, this is a fairly simple list. I'll put links to everything here in the description if you want to go look into them yourself, or maybe you choose that, you know, one of these products isn't something that you like and you want something else, you want to go a different direction. This is a good idea, but you like a different variant of that, that's perfectly fine. I'd say realistically, you know, the main things that people are going to have different, well, actually, you know what, no, pretty much all of this is kind of just shooter's preference. It really is. You know, if you guys want different variants of any of this, you know, this is just recommendations. That's all it is. It's just things that I think that you guys might benefit from. But yeah, that is pretty much all I have to say on this one. I feel like this might have been a fairly long video. Sorry for ranting too much. If you guys couldn't tell, if you guys weren't aware, I get excited when it comes to prepping. I enjoy prepping. I enjoy gear. I enjoy talking about these things. This is just something that I like to do. And I'm going to start talking a lot more about gear. I'm going to start talking a lot more about prepping. I'm going to start showing you guys more about what I have and why I'm using it and the reasons behind it, and maybe some experiences behind it of, you know, oh, I have this because of this and I stopped using this because of this. And I don't care who it offends of you know, talking bad about some products. Like every other white light or red light on the market, I think is just dog shit in comparison to the Princeton Tech. I just have not used anything that is remotely convenient and nice as this, and I have only broken one of these, and even though it is broken with a little bit of electrical tape, I could still fix it. The only thing, so on one of them, this little clasp right here, it snapped off. So if I took a zip tie, if I took the batteries and I zip tied this down, it would still work. And I think that's awesome that even my broken products that I have can work. But yeah, pretty much all I have to say. I appreciate you guys watching this long ass video. I don't know how long this has been rolling now. I've probably been out here for about an hour now, but I really appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate your guys' support for the channel. If you are not tracking, if you're not aware, I have a Patreon, I have a website, I am monetized on YouTube, I'm monetized on Twitter. So if you guys like what I'm doing, if you want to support me, you know, there's many ways that you can do it. And yeah, this is pretty much all I have to say right now. I really appreciate you guys watching. I really do. I don't know. I would not be where I'm at if it wasn't for YouTube and your guys' support. So, you know, once again, thank you. But yeah, I'm gonna stop rambling now. So go outside and train, rifle and mountain, ape together strong, and you know what? Go ahead and roll that outro.
I don't want to set the world on fire. Do-do-do-do. I just want to start a flame in your heart. In my heart I have but one desire, and that one is you. No other will do.
I'm gonna cut that out. I'm gonna